At Sapphire 2026, SAP made it official. Anthropic's Claude is now embedded directly into the SAP ecosystem, but there is a specific constraint attached to that native path. To use it, your organization must be running SAP's Business Technology Platform and S/4HANA. This flowchart maps out the bottleneck that requirement creates. More than 60% of the SAP user base is still running legacy ECC systems, meaning the majority of customers hit a wall when they try to deploy AI against their live data today. And as the clock ticks closer to the December 2027 end of mainstream maintenance for ECC, the internal pressure to figure out a migration strategy only intensifies. Businesses are left staring down a multi-year ERP migration just to answer a simple question: how do we let Claude read our current inventory data? We are going to look at 3 actual paths to connecting Claude to SAP data, grading each one on deployment speed, legacy system compatibility, and enterprise governance. The key to making this worth without a massive migration is the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. This schematic shows how it functions. MCP acts as a standard translation layer. It takes an AI request from Claude, routes it through a secure interface, and translates it into a standard call to your existing SAP APIs. The underlying SAP core system remains completely untouched. MCP simply sits alongside it, reading the data exactly as a human user or current integration would. Connecting AI to legacy SAP is fully possible right now. The actual challenge is choosing the architectural path that makes sense for your IT team and your security requirements. The first path is SAP's own official route, utilizing Joule agents inside the Business AI platform. This gives you a natively built, officially supported AI, acting as a primary reasoning engine across your entire modern SAP environment. This comparison matrix lays out the primary trade-off. For Joule, we see a hard no under ECC compatibility and a strict requirement for BTP. Adding the setup effort reveals what that means for timelines. Your AI access is gate-kept behind a completed S/4HANA migration. Joule represents the optimal end state for organizations fully committed to SAP's roadmap, but it leaves the current majority without a solution for the data they run today. That gap leads to the second path, a hand-built DIY MCP server. Following guides from the SAP community, a single developer can sit down with a laptop and successfully wire Claude to current SAP endpoints over a weekend, without spending a dime. The hidden cost comes the following week. Someone must manage OAuth tokens, define strict data schemas, and update mappings as APIs change. Updating our matrix, the DIY route works with ECC and bypasses BTP. But look at the setup effort. When the developer who built it changes teams, that custom server becomes a fragile, unowned dependency. These tutorials are highly effective at proving a connection can be made. They do not prove that a large organization should operate this way in production. The third path uses a pre-built SAP connector, like the solution built by Artificial Wit. Setup requires exactly 3 steps. Point the connector at your existing SAP APIs, generate an API key, and link your MCP client. You achieve functional, two-way AI access to your legacy ECC data in a matter of minutes. The explicit trade-off here is architectural. You are inserting a new third-party vendor into your stack, instead of keeping everything strictly under the SAP umbrella. It is a deliberate choice to prioritize immediate business value, giving teams AI access today without forcing a massive system replatforming first. When evaluating any of these paths, the immediate concern from IT is always governance. A hand-coded integration rarely accounts for enterprise access controls. An AI with universal read access could easily pull sensitive financial or HR data that the requesting employee isn't authorized to see. Returning to our matrix, we add governance. DIY offers none, but the pre-built connector mirrors existing SAP role-based access control. The AI is bound by the same rules as the human user. If they can't view inventory in SAP, Claude can't fetch it. That hard limitation is exactly what allows a third-party connection to pass a stringent enterprise security review. Moving past the IT architecture, let's look at how this changes daily operations. Right now, an accounts receivable manager might spend an hour every Monday logging into SAP, navigating complex transaction codes, and cross-referencing separate spreadsheets just to track down flagged exceptions. With Claude connected via MCP, that same manager types a simple question: which accounts have open exception flags older than 5 days? The AI fetches the exact account numbers and dates from SAP instantly, condensing an hour of manual data hunting into a 2-minute conversation. Operational velocity like that is exactly why business units are pushing for AI access today, rather than waiting for an ERP migration to finish in 2028. Your integration strategy should reflect the infrastructure you are actually running right now, not SAP's ideal roadmap for tomorrow. This decision tree breaks it down. Fully deployed on S/4HANA and BTP? Choose SAP Joule. Testing a localized proof of concept? Build a DIY MCP server. But for the ECC majority requiring strict audit logs, deploy a pre-built connector. Keep in mind, the December 2027 end-of-maintenance deadline applies strictly to SAP's support for your core software. It does not dictate your timeline for adopting AI. MCP technology breaks the link between AI deployment and ERP platform migrations. You can turn the legacy system you rely on right now into a modern intelligence hub, and you can do it in minutes.